when Mohamed Salah bundled home a Virgil van Dijk's header early on in a Premier League clash against Brentford in May. It was not only a match-winning strike, but also one that again wrote his name in the Liverpool history books. He became the first Liverpool player in the club's 131-year history to score in 9 successive home games. And that's just one of the tiny fraction of what he has been able to achieve at Anfield in the 6 seasons he has graced the legendary Anfield Stadium. In his first 4 seasons since his return to the Premier League with Liverpool, he has become the fastest player in the club's history to reach 100 league goals for the Merseyside club. He's helped Liverpool break their 3-decade Premier League trophy drought, led them to Champions League glory, became the all-time top goal scorer in a single Premier League season, and finally a study done by a USA university revealed that since he signed for Liverpool, Islamophobia and hate towards Muslims has significantly reduced. If this isn't great, then we don't know what is. From a young player playing for an Egyptian side, Arab contractors to Chelsea reject and AS Roma star, and finally Liverpool King Salah has had quite a journey, and we take a look how he's managed to reach the level he is today and become arguably the greatest Liverpool player ever. How good is the Egyptian really, and does he deserve all the accolades? His story is one of sheer dedication, sacrifice and mind over matter, and out of this world ethic. From the moment he sensed his opportunity, his entire life was dedicated to the game. To get to the level he has takes guts and insane self-belief, and luckily for Salah, he has both in heaps and droves. I wanted to be a big name, I wanted to be something special. I cannot promise you that it was clear to me what I would become. I was like, I will be something special, recounts Salah of his early days. Speaking of early days, just like many top players, he did not have it easy. Born in Basayung in Egypt in 1992, Salah first fell in love with football at 7 years old. The likes of Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo and Francesco Totti were his idols. He watched them in the Champions League and wanted to ascend to similar footballing heights at one day. And at the age of 14 he signed his first professional club, the Arab Contracts in Cairo. The club was a long way from home, and it would take Salah 3, 4 or even 5 buses to get to training, taking up 4 hours one way to get to the training ground. And he did this for about 3 years. It's here that he made a promise to himself that he would play for a big club, and step by step he worked his way up to the top. Do you know that Salah first started as a left back? Yep, he started as a left back and was eventually moved as a right winger after showing an insatiable eye for goals, coupled with a lightning pace, trickery and awareness in attack. All this while Swiss club FC Basel were keeping an eye on a young Salah, and after he impressed them during a friendly clash between Basel and Egypt under-23 side, he was off to Europe, signed to replace Zedran Shaqiri, who had signed for Bayern Munich. The same Shaqiri who a few years later would find it hard getting a starting number at Liverpool because of Salah. Life really goes around. Just a year into his time in Switzerland, Salah was named the Swiss Super League Player of the Year, having led Basel to the league title and the Europa League semi-final. Then another year later, and London came calling. In 2014, aged 22, he signed for Chelsea. Dreams were now becoming a reality. From the young teenager playing in Egypt, he was now ready to feature for one of Europe's top teams. Despite showing promising signs early on, things did not work out in London, and having made a handful of appearances, spending just over a year in the blue side of London, Salah was on the move again, this time on loan at Fiorentina. It's the Florence that his true skill started to show. He made a flying start after just 26 appearances. He had 9 goals and 6 assists. He was an instant hit, so much so that Fiorentina wanted to make the move permanent. He turned the opportunity down and chose to move south to Rome, honing his skills in the Eternal City. It's here that he finally put a full season of playtime under his belt, and who would have expected he was joining the club of one of his childhood idols, Francesco Totti. Here he became the beast that we've come to know in the past few seasons. He led the Roma attack, and his first season he scored 15 goals and assisted 7 in 42 appearances, making him Roma Player of the Year, and he signed a permanent deal. 19 goals and 15 assists in 41 appearances in his second season was enough to lead Roma to second place, just 4 points off the Scudetto. His career hit the stratosphere in June 2017 when he signed for Liverpool in a £36.5 million deal. Despite his achievements in Rome, many people had doubts about the transfer, partly because he failed to impress when he was at Chelsea. What many didn't know is that the conditions at Chelsea might not have been right for the then young Salah. If you thought he hit the ground running for Roma in Florentia, we've got news for you. Salah reigned supreme in his first season at Anfield. Let's get this. Before Salah arrived at Liverpool, the record for most goals scored in a season stood at 31, which was achieved by 3 players. Alan Shearer, of course, he had to be there, Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez. Salah showed up and decided to take the record for himself by scoring 32 goals and providing 10 assists in his first full season at Anfield, 44 goals and 16 assists in all competitions. In addition, he picked up most individual awards you can think of, from the PFA Player of the Year, Writers Player of the Season, the Golden Boot and even the Puskas. Did we mention he helped Liverpool to the Champions League final? We all remember that final against Sergio Ramos, Real Madrid, don't we? It didn't take long before silverware started flying in blistering pace. First up was the Champions League, the 6th Liverpool trophy case. Then came the elusive Premier League, Liverpool's first ever and their first league title in 30 years. The great drought was over. Then the UEFA Super Cup and FIFA World Cup were to follow. We've talked about the trophies and achievements, but in all honesty, we're not doing it justice. The Egyptian has constantly been on another level ever since he arrived back in the Premier League in 2017. Can we take a quick look at his personal achievements and broken records within that period? Most goals scored in a single Premier League season with 32 goals. He's the first player to outscore 3 Premier League teams in a single season. Yep, you heard that right. He scored more goals than West Brom, Huddersfield and Swansea during his first season at Anfield. He's the highest scoring African in Premier League history with over 140 goals, beating Didier Drogba. He's the fastest player to reach 50 goals for Liverpool, doing it only in 69 games. And he's also Liverpool's top goal scorer in both the Premier League and Champions League. And these are just a few achievements. It's a bold claim to say Salah is Liverpool's greatest player, but there's no arguing that he's a legend, and the scary thing is that he is still continuing with no signs of slowing down. Whether we like it or not, the trophies a player wins in his career and the role he plays in helping win the said trophies adds to their legacy, and that could possibly place them further ahead of truly great players that didn't win much. Salah's longevity already places him well ahead of Luis Suarez, who is arguably the most talented player Liverpool has ever had, but won just 1 trophy, as well as the likes of Torres, John Aldridge and Michael Owen, while his trophy haul takes him above Liddell and Hunt, the stars of the 50s and 60s sides. The Egyptian king has won every trophy with Liverpool, and not only that, he has been one of the absolute key figures in helping Liverpool achieve it, dragging them back to the top of the football world. Since his arrival for Roma, Salah is averaging a goal every 133 minutes for Liverpool. For context, none of the illustrious names above him on the club's all-time scorers list netted at such a rate. Ian Rush averaged the goal every 165 minutes, Roger Hunt one every 154, Gordon Hodgson one every 141 and Billy Liddell one every 211. The Egyptian has already gone past the great Sir Kenny Dalglish, Robbie Fowler and recently Steven Gerrard on the top scorers chart, moving into 5th, and will have his sights set on leapfrogging both Liddell and Hodgson. The goal against Brentford in May meant Salah has reached 30-goal milestone in all competitions for a 3rd consecutive season. Only 3 Liverpool players have achieved that feat: Ian Rush, Roger Hunt and Robbie Fowler. Not bad for a winger. The records of Roger Hunt 285 and Ian Rush 346 might prove beyond him, but surely Salah has no doubt to push himself into the frame when we talk about Liverpool's greatest ever players or scorers. Salah wears many hats, but one of the more remarkable things about his scoring feats, besides the fact that he is, unlike Hung, Rush, Fowler or Hodgson, a wide forward rather than a classic number 9, has been the sheer variety of his goals. He has graced Anfield with spectacular strikes, like the long ranger against Chelsea in 2019, or with individual brilliance, such as his back-to-back world-class goals against Manchester City or Watford. He always has those delicate touches and often shows of poise and strength, like his winner against City last season. There are crullers and tap-ins, blasts and scuffs. He scores with his left foot and his right against the cream and against the fodder. He often scores at home, and he scores also on the road. He scores early and he scores late. For instance, 40 of his goals have come in the final 15 minutes of games. We could go on and on and on. The debate will forever be there, but for his achievements for the moment he has served, the Liverpool faithfuls, Mohamed Salah is Liverpool's king, and also could yet be their greatest ever player. That's if he is not already. So, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.